Hello once again, everybody that loves Valheim as much as I do. I tell you, I've been having a lot of fun with this, and I've gotten what I think is pretty much the ultimate storage solution. It's underneath the Elder platform, and I've had a lot of fun labeling it. But you know, it's kind of hard to label stuff and figure out exactly where you're going to put it. You've seen my other video. If you haven't, make sure you go and look at that and subscribe to this channel so you get more stuff about different games that I'm working with. And also, you know, click that bell and you'll be reminded when they come out with a new video. So I wanted to show you kind of how I decided on doing what I've done here. Just to, oh, I forgot to take out my little, let me get rid of that. And we'll give you a little tour of this because I've got this underneath the Elder platform, and what I love about that is it's got the constant fire, so I can put my cauldron in there, and you know, I have my cooking station and everything on the Elder fire. Anyway, that's we're not here to talk about that particular build right now, but just how we built this in here. And as you can tell, if you've seen the other video, I've kind of dolled this up a little more and got some more comfort in here. I've got a comfort level of 11 as I come in and we'll sit at a chair, or it's 10 right there. I guess maybe the other side is 11. Yeah, it's just kind of, there it is. That's where I get 11. I know I get it at this chair. So I can get quite a bit of resting in there, which is great. And what I want to talk about the labeling. And what I found was that I used a lot of different methods. So I'm going to show you. I first used, oops, there you go. I used this kind of a thing. I drew it up and I said, oh, here I got armor, and I've got, you know, these hides and meats and meat and vegetables and berries, and I just started writing out everything. And that gave me a good idea of kind of what it was that I was going to be running up against. And then I finally put that into a spreadsheet, and you know, that kind of helped, putting it into different categories, and you know, but then it was still kind of still a mess, and what am I going to do? But I used both of these lists to kind of come up with a really good, get rid of that sword, I'm going to hurt something. A way of doing this, and I had some general ideas of what I wanted to do anyway. I wanted to kind of have my wood over here, wood-ish kind of items, and then I wanted to kind of have my metals, because I don't really use the metals that much, but I use a lot of wood. And then when I want the metals, they're in here. I eventually probably want to put them up around my forge, but these are kind of for overflow. I've got some boxes up around the forge, and I use that. But then this is for bringing it into central storage, which is what I really want to try to do. Of course, you have to boat a lot of that stuff in, so that's kind of a mess. And then here was like all the trophies and gunk that you come up with, the bones and the fangs and the, you know, ooze and different things like that. And I put there's some valuables, and I've got several of these are still blank, as you can see, because they're kind of overflowing in. And you know, gray dwarf eyes, they're really good for ice cream, and that's about it. So but I use a lot of that. I really like that. In fact, I need to have some more, so let me just go ahead and eat some of that real quick. And then I got the different trophies, and I looked at things from different levels of how you're going to have the things. Is it in the different black forest and mountains and swamp? And sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't. You just kind of need to make your own labels and decide where you want to go with it. But what I found was that the trophies anyway worked well to just have for the levels that you're in. The black forest here, there's some from the meadows. Here's the trophy from the plains. I only have a couple of those. I haven't even gotten into the plains yet. So I'm working up to that. And in another video, I'm going to show you how I'm upgrading my skill levels and having some fun doing that. So I'm going to be making another video on that real soon. So watch for that. Anyway, I've got my swamp trophies and stuff like that. And then I got some fabric over here and then the skins. So you can see I've got it. There's at least some organization to it. And I don't know if I'm going to need more boxes, but I have a whole level on the top, a whole row that I could put. It's a little hard to reach, and so I haven't used them. And depending on what I overflow into, I may move some stuff around. But I wanted to give you a general idea of what I'm doing, kind of keeping skins together in here, and then the trophies together, and then the kind of miscellaneous stuff, metal right there, wood right there. Over here we've got, let's just stay right in here where we are. Foods of all kinds, raw foods, cooked foods, soups that I've made, stamina foods that are directly just to get stamina if I need that, mushrooms, red and yellow, honey. I've got seeds over in here that are vegetable seeds. I've got the carrot, onion, and turnips in there, ancient seeds, and then I've got tree seeds in here. So a little bit of everything, thistle, dandelion. So you can see kind of how I've got it sorted. And then in here, this is kind of more weapons-ish area. And so I've got miscellaneous stuff in here, like I've got that, what do they call it? Chitin, and or chitin, or whatever it's called. I don't know, from that animal in the sea. And I've got arrows here that are already made. I've got silver arrows. I've got frost arrows, obsidian arrows. And what I'm doing is stocking up on those because I'm trying to get to enough stuff that I can go and fight Motor. And so I'm getting a lot of arrows built up over time as I'm going through. Here's the parts for arrows, like the flint and the frost and the obsidian and needle and feathers and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of extra room for things. And then in here I've got different kind of armor. Things, I called it rag armor, which is just kind of, you know, the original stuff, the rag tunic and stuff like that. Not really armor, but it is what it is. And then I said deer armor, but that's probably not really right, but it's that kind of a level. Here's stuff that I've gotten from Troll and Wolf and Fenris. Fenris, you don't really get armor, but it was just another part that I went to. And so I may have to relabel some of these. They may not be totally correct, but they are where I want to be. Now, I've got some black metal armor, and I got this from a guy that I was playing on a server, and when I came in and started playing here, I had it. So I put it in here, and I've been wearing it and using it. Of course, it's higher than I've reached a level directly in my game, but when I was on the server, he gave me that because they were way past it, and I needed that. So I've got a few little weapons from that, which is nice to have. Here I've got the silver weapons and weapons of iron kind of level and bronze, and you can see what I've got here. And then this is the little piece that I think that is interesting enough to point out directly. I've got tools for gardening and fish here. So I've got my hoe, I've got my cultivator, the torch is just kind of a, they kind of show up everywhere. I've got some fishing bait and a fishing rod, and then I've got tools for building, and these are the bronze nails, and I've run out of iron nails, but I need to get some more. And then hammers at different levels. Mostly I'm not going to be using those very much of the ones, but keep the threes. Anyway, that's that. And then here I've got the utility items. And here I've got my swamp key and my wishbone. And yes, that's again an overhang from coming back from the server. I had 2 other wishbones somehow. I don't know how exactly that happened. But anyway, these are utility kind of items and nice to have. And so you can kind of see how I've organized this. And then the most fun part was this right up here is in the elder underneath the fire. There's this little spot, and it's kind of a hexagon here, and I put the food and put little arrows marking that's the food area, and that's the arrows and the tools. Here's weapons and armory. Then back over here there's metal and wood, and that's over here. And then miscellaneous stuff. So a little bit of direction as you come in, almost like a supermarket. So I wanted to share all that with you. I thought it was kind of fun. I've got my portal here to be able to jump over to another thing, and that's where we're going to go in the other video. I call it Monster Wolves, and that's where I have a whole practice area to bring up my skill levels, because that's one thing I found trying to fight Motor, and several times I've tried to go, my skill levels weren't high enough, and I didn't have enough good strong food. So I do a lot of wolf hunting, and as you can see, I've got the food here, the wolf skewer and the wolf jerky, as well as the ice cream, and those are my primary heavy hitters. And then I keep usually an onion soup and some deer meat or boar meat or something like that for if I just need a little food to run around with. I just had a foul smell from the swamp come through, so I had to go out and bust the blobs, and that's where I got all the ooze. So anyway, that's where I am, and this is how I've labeled. I've got a nice place to come in and rest. Oops, I hit that, didn't I? To fix that chair. And I'm going to go just sit and have a little relaxing, grab my comfort, and get back to playing Valheim. Hey, if you like this video, do subscribe, click that bell, and you'll get more notifications of when I got other videos. I play Valheim and Space Engineers, and I've got a couple of other games that I may do some videos on, primarily those two right now. And I enjoy making the videos. Hope you enjoy them too. Let me know in the comments what you think about them, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching.